Okay, settle in, darlings, and prepare your hearts. This is Cece from Zealed Fujoshi, and you've tuned into the one and only podcast where we dissect the delicious, the dramatic, and sometimes the downright devastating world of yaoi with a fangirl's lens and a Fujoshi soul that has seen it all. Hello and welcome, discerning connoisseurs of complex chemistries and captivating narratives. This is again Cece, back again. This week we're diving headfirst, and let's be honest, we always dive headfirst, don't we? Into a series that has been setting the fandom ablaze and with its intense dynamic and Mingwa's signature artistic prowess. Of course, we're talking about Jinx. Now, for those who might be new to the Mingwaverse, or perhaps just dipping their toes into Jinx, let's set the stage without giving away the entire playbook. Jinx plunges us into the high stakes world of MMA fighting. But the real arena, as we Fujoshis know, is often the one between two souls. We have Joo Jaekyung, the formidable, often emotionally constipated champion fighter, and then there's Kim Dan, the how do I pronounce it? Physiotherapy with a mountain of debt and a heart that's taken more hits than any fighter in the ring. It's a whirlwind power play, vulnerability, and that slow, agonizing burn that Mingwa crafts so masterfully. Think passion, pain, and the kind of tension you could cut with a scalpel, basically. And maybe just very, very, very sharp glare from Jaekyung. Today, though, our scalpel is poised over chapter 54. Specifically, we're landing on that very first page, which, let me tell you, often sets the tone for the entire roller coaster ride of a chapter. And then, because, the reactions that I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels, we'll be venturing into the sacred holes of this chapter 54. So if you're not caught up until 54, maybe bookmark this and come back once you've experienced the magic firsthand, or live dangerously with us. Your call, up to you. Anyway, okay, deep breath, right? So the first thing that strikes me, as often does with Mingwa's work, is the immediate atmospheric weight. We're not greeted with a gentle morning scene here, are we? No, Mingwa doesn't do gentle when she's in the thick of it all. The composition of this chapter is classic Mingwa. She has a very cinematic eyes, that I will tell you. Even without dialogue, the paneling, the character placement, the gaze, it all screams volumes. From what I'm seeing here, it looks like we're post-event from last season. There's certain stillness, but it's not a peaceful stillness. You know what I mean? It's that heavy silence after a storm, or perhaps more accurately, the eerie calm in the eye of the storm. Often, Mingwa uses this page to either throw us directly into an ongoing intensity or make us intensely uncomfortable with the quiet. This one feels the latter. We're likely seeing one of our leads given the usual narrative flow in a moment of vulnerability or self-reflection, or if it's, just Jaekyung. It's that rare glimpse behind his iron mask, which always feels like uncovering a hidden relic. It really is such a relic at this point. I do have to tell you guys, the detail in the art, as always, exquisite. Even in a seemingly simple panel, look at the line work, the texture, fabric of its close-up clothing, the subtle furrow of the brow that Jaekyung gives us, or the slight downturn of a lip. These aren't just pretty pictures, they're emotional maps. Remember back then, some of Mingwa's older, work, much more broader strokes for emotional cues, um, and dramatic speed lines. But Mingwa, they conveyed the universe of Angus with a twitch of just an eyelid from Jaekyung. The vibe is different this season, but equally potent though. I don't know. It feels it's that predatory stillness that Jaekyung has, that look that says he's I don't know. He's completely unreadable to me right now. There's not a lot of backstory on the history of this man. The man is a fortress, that I can say, and any crack is a major event for us in this series. This chapter though focuses on I guess leaning into how Jaekyung is as a character. I don't know. I'm still trying to decipher the enigma in this whole thing. But yeah, Mingwei is doing a good job with this chapter. Let's see. I know a lot of you like to navigate the narrative very deeply on Mingwa's work, but to be honest with you, I don't know, there's still not a lot of context on the Jaekyung side. We know a lot of the Kim Dan side of the story, but Jaekyung, there's still a lot to unpack. This chapter 54 is pretty pivotal though. It's certainly setting up into some explosive revelation to Jaekyung, but there's a lot of subtle shifts that's happening. Very subtle because Jaekyung is very hard to read, but we see those small step forward, then taking two steps backwards, and seemingly minor interactions with people in Jaekyung. Kim Dan's journey in particular, though, it's very sad. We all know where his main story is gonna go. We're just hoping that Jaekyung will catch up soon, or quickly as possible, hopefully. But yeah, that's all I have in this chapter for this chapter 54. I really want to hear what your thoughts are on chapter 54 of Jinx. I love speculating with you guys, whatever you guys analyzed from this series. I know I'm missing up a lot. I've been away for a year, so I really appreciate you guys listening in again, and your comments always resonate with your experience. So let me know. Find me on all the usual podcast platforms, and hey, leave a comment. I love reading them all, especially the ones that scrutinizes Mingwa's panels. Join me again next week, and I hope you have a good rest of the week. See you next time. Bye.